move to chapter 6.4 to talk about how to access and process cells in Excel worksheets. So there's about 4 parts. One is how to get individual cell, and in the last we will extend that to the multiple cell, and then we will explain some key properties of cell like we did in the worksheets. And then there's a few samples to modify the cell value. Let's do this together through our samples. First, the cell in Excel is quite simple. It's just every the box or the area is a cell. So processing in Excel primarily is to processing the unit, that grid. We call this the cell. And the cell is formed rows and columns. So that is the basic structure of the worksheets. So if you want to positioning a cell, you will use the numbers of row and the number of the column. Then their intersection is the cell. So that is the individual cell, how we can find them. So it's starting from the A for the column, then this A, B, C. Then after Z, it will be AA, AB. So you have quite lots of the columns. And in the row, it's starting from the number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you put this C5 is the number 5, fifth row, the number 3, the column ABC. So C column and the fifth row. So that is the way is we can use this coordinates way to positioning your cell. So first, let's do the sample. So let me put R641. So get single cell. So we will look at what's the functions we will have. So first we have our OpenPyXL library import. We create a workbook. So this is WB is the workbook instance. Then within the workbook, we identify the active worksheet. This worksheet is by default is the only worksheet, and the first one, name or title of the worksheet is the sheet. Then we make some cell. So cell 1 equals to worksheet A6. So that is through this A6 using this bracket. Then we print type cell 1. That is print. So class cell. So that is the cell type. And then we will have the second one, cell 2. Equals to use another way. So worksheet cell. Then we can use these parentheses 1, 2. Then we print type cell 2. So we also get the type is the cell. So just so we can print type WB print type WS, and then cell 3 equal to WS cell is 2, 5, hello world. So then this print type cell 3. And then I have close this, and then print cell 3 dot value. So let's see. So first one, the type is workbook. For WB, for WS is the type is worksheet. So we have the 3 different way to position or to get the cell. So you can put that cell into our variable. Then when you print this variables type, is all of them are cell. And the last one is the way is you can transfer 3 arguments. First is the row, second is the column, and the third one is the value. So that if you use the third way, then you can see the value of the cell is the third argument you transferred in. So through this, you may already understand this. You can use this way to modify the value of the cell, because if you transfer this into the cell will use this as the new value and replace the earlier value. So that is the first chapter. Let's go to the second one to check is the property. So 4642 cell property .py. So first is let's load our library. So open py Excel. I hope you are familiar with this since we did this many times. WB is the workbook instance, and WS is the active workbook. And then now let's change the number 2 row, number 5th column, change the value to test value. So use the last way. The sample we did is we will have a cell equal to worksheet cell. First is row, second is column. Then just directly put your target value. Then print. What we can do is print cell. Cell is our variable. So let's see the coordinate. Is E2. E is A, B, C, D, E. So the number 5th column. 2 is the number 2 row. So it's the 2 and 5. So that is the first coordinate. You get this the standard Excel way to identify the cell position, and you can also like we already test, we can get our value. So test the value is the content of the cell, and the cell column letter. Because we use a letter to name the column, and we use the index or the number to name the row. So when you see row, you don't need the letter, but you can also print that 5. 5 is the column index. It's in the short is IDX. And the last is we can see cell encoding, same as what we do is the workbook encoding as well. So let's look at encoding cell row. So which number 9 cell column is COL. So E2, this is the value. E2 is coordinate. This is the column letter, column index, row is only the number, and the UTF-8. So we can also print, let's see, workbook dot encoding. So you also get UTF-8 is our workbook overall encoding, and our cell is also follow the encoding our workbook is doing. So there's not too many other properties, so you can remember these because that will be very often used during your processing the Excel the tables. And then let's go to the next one, 643 is modify cell. Here is we will load our the existing table. But before that is let's do our another part is we will create our test file. So that is the create. Let me create our number. So 6 create dummy table. So from open py import workbook. So let's see how we can make some the testing data. So WB is workbook, WS is WB's active, and then I starting from 1, and for X in range, let's make that the range first is the X is the row. So let's also use 20. So we got our almost our square for Y in range 1 to 21, and then W cell. So remember, if we transfer 3 arguments, first is row, second is the column, and next is the value. So this value is range is from 1 to the 21st and also the 21st. So let's make that our bigger. So I transfer that is the transfer square, and then I equal to I plus 1. That's the same as the I plus equal 1. And then remember, you need to save your workbook. So let's save that. So currently is let me save CD part 2, and then CD ch0. So I change my current working directory to here. So this is our current directory. If I save to the current directory, so test xlsx, it should create here. So that is here. So we cannot view that in the code, but let's look at this for what we have created. So 4. So this one. So you can see here we create our the 20, because remember is in the range 1 to 21, but actual the index is coming from 1 to 20. So it's the end value minus 1, and same as here we have the 20 columns. So that is the column, 20 rows, and every value is this this I times I itself. So here, so it's just from here, then come to the second row. So these are nice the testing data. Well, we can use this with the sheet later on. So from here, you know, it's only through within 10 lines you can create some the big data. And then let's start into here. So we can still load our vehicle the data. So let's see. So from OpenPy import load workbook. Oh, it's way better is we just load is our basic testing data. Load workbook. Let's try to use this test.xlsx. And ws equal to wb active. Actually, I only have the sheet, the worksheet. Cell equal to ws cell. Let's see 65. Let me print cell value dot value. Let's see what I got. 11025. 6 row, number 5 column. So it's this one. So if I see here, so this is a 11025. And let me close that. And then I will put that is just come to 100 and print cell dot value. Now let's see. Oh, so I print cell. Oh, here. So sorry. So I cannot just say cell equal assigned to value 100. It should be the cell dot value assigned to the 100. So now you can see here, it's changed this cell 6.65 to from the original value to 100. But remember, is we haven't do this wb.save, so it's only changed on the memory's data. So if you want to do this overwrite your file in the disk, you need to make the wb.save and then use this path, and then the file will be overwrite. So let's not save that, and then another part is through the bracket. You can also do this. Let's see. So cell let's cell 2 equal to ws. Directly I go to the F10. So then print cell 2 value. So let me comment this. So I got this number, and I can now is cell 2 value equal to 24. Then print cell 2 value. So it will be same because the second part is the same like here. We just change the value, and you can also print. If I don't change this like here, I can directly print ws dot F10 dot value. I can also get the same value. I just use this property after our cell, so that's the same. So those one we already have tested. Then let's move to the last part. Is we access multiple cell. So get multiple cells. So multiple cells is not the big difference. It's just our range. So if you're familiar, the Excel is when you try to, for example, if you want to convert our range to table, you need to select certain lines of rows and certain columns altogether, and put that convert to the table. Before the table is called our range. So that is the range including the multiple cells. You can also use the control to select different or district the multiple cells, but that's not what we discussed here. So let's just make some continuous the cells. So first is OpenPyXL import. We will load our workbook. So WB workbook is the load workbook. We load our test. So test.xlsx. And then we make our worksheet active. So that is the basic one. Then, well, let's see. So row cells equal to 2. So this will get the second row. So it's our tuple. So print this row cells. Let's print the second row. So you can see here, second row is A2, B2, C2. So those are the rows, and I think it's that is the type for every value or every element in this tuple is our cell. So that is the first one we can show. So using these row cells equal to WS, you don't give the two value, row and column. You just give our row. Then it will get our the whole values in this row. But just until the last column with value. So that's the same as the Excel. For the empty the cells, they will not return for those. And then we put this column cells equal to WS. So you cannot just say B with our index because that will be identified like a row. So you can use B, or let's try the capital B. Then print column cells. You can see here is B1, B2, B3 until B20. So either capital B or small b is will be same. So then let's make our row range cells equal to WS worksheet 2 to 5. This will choose the rows from number second and number 2 to number 5. So that means our square or the rectangle, the range. So including 2, 3, 4, 5 for 4 lines. Then let's print row range. So let's see. So that will be a huge. So B1 until B22. So is I think it's like common those range cells. Yeah, that is say good is from A2. So A2 B2 is the second line, and then here is the B1, B2. That's not correct. So that is from WS2 to 5. Print this. This go to T2. This go to from B1 to B1, B2 from the second row or second column. So that's still this one. So I believe it's haven't saved correctly. So not saved, finished. So now you see here is the 2-dimension tuple, and then this one until here is the second row, and here from A3 to here T3 is the third row, and here is the number 4 and the number 5. So this now same as the what is showing here, and further let's see, we make the column range cell. Just you give the alphabet is with this double quote and print column, and let's comment this. Just wait a second until it's saved. So now you can see B1, B2. B1, B2 is the second column. So this coming to here. And then C1 till C20 here. And then D1 till D20. So my test data is bigger than the author's one, so it's larger. So last, let's do this range cell. You can just give our specific range, like it's I just gave maybe B2 F5. And then print range cells. So it's B2 to F2, B3 to F3, B4 to F4, B5 to F5. So that is the 4 rows and 4 columns as well. So that is the way you can use that to get the range of the cell. And also from here, we can load some other the package so that we can also get. Let's see. So here, get this column and the index, column letter, index, column index. So let's make our column letter index testing. So from here, the package is utilities, and the import to objects is a letter column index from string. So it's a change from string to index. So that is the this one, and then column letter equal to get column letter. So and the print column letter. So let's see. So column letter is number 12. What's the letter for that? It's L. So they just give you the converting And the same is column index equal to column index from string. We just used earlier this L, then print the index. It should back to 12. So you can see this you can convert. So similar is if I have like author mentioned is I have a big the table, so I don't know what's the letter for 780. So actually it's the column number is the ACZ. So then using this way you collect the letter, then you can use this to identify the columns you want to make the range selection. And we do some more testing here. So using the way, so we still back to this 644. So we already load our file. And we can also use this ITER row or ITER column to do get this multi-row, multi-column. So let's comment this. We can reuse that. So we load our part, and now we make our variable called cells. It's WS. Is ITER rows is already loaded. It's a minimum column equal to max column equal to 5, and the minimum row equal to 1, minimum max row is 3. For cell in cells, cells is arranged and print cell. Oh, let's see the get unexpected max row. So here I think is that should be ROW. It's the typo. So we got this. I think it's a minimum row is 1. And the max is from the first 1 to 3 row, and from the number 3, also from number 2 is the B, and until the E. So if I narrow down this, if I want to see 3 to 4, so then that's just give 2 columns. So C, D. So C to C1 to C3, D1 to D3. So through this, you just give the minimum, the row column, maximum row column. Then you can make that range to be selected. In that, let's comment this, and we can use the ITER row. So cells equal to WS ITER columns. So minimum column equal to, so we can copy this. So one is based on the row, one is based on the column. So let's ignore these values only. So let's make our for cell new cells. So print cell. So you can see here, this is by the row. So every row has one tuple, and this is by column. So C1, C2, C3 as one column. So depending on what you want to select, then as you can choose which way. So let's add all these values only equal to true. Then you can see they get the value from your workbook or worksheet, not the index, not this cell itself, but it's cell's value. So maybe I can also try another way. So if I don't have that value, but here I try to print a value, that is not work because tuple object has no attribute to value. So this one you cannot treat that as the cell because it's actually a tuple. So only this way, so you can make the value retrieved from the table. So let me put save after save. So you get that. So if I put this 1 to 20 and 1 to 20, then I will get my full table here. So you can see here, and every column is becoming our this kind of the tuple. So I have a 20 tuple, and depending on what you want to do, based on the column or rows, you can get your value from the workbook directly. So I will leave this last sample to you, so you can try to test that, because these are something is you can practice first, and we will talk about this in next video. See you then.